Okay, so our first challenge, let's go back over here to where it is we have this piece of rich text, or of, not rich text, of text. This is actually written by Brian Hall to a response on a blog post 9 years ago that said, what do employers really want? And it's something that everybody in graphic arts, even looking for a job, should read. But it's still relevant today, and I love using this piece because he took the time to really put some good information in here. So we want to turn this into a web page. So the first thing we have to do is tell it I'm beginning to write HTML, right?
Yes.
And I need to do something so you can see it better. There, put it in the middle of the screen so you can see it. Okay, Command plus. Okay, can you read it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're going to begin writing HTML, which means that at some point at the very end, we're going to end writing HTML. Then we have the head section. And inside the head section, we have a title. What do employers really want? Question mark. Okay, and then after the head section, we have the body section. You'll notice that I'm using a space to kind of work my hierarchy here.
Yep.
It's just, you don't have to do it. Some people even use tabs, but I will probably not continue doing that, although I should. It just makes life a little easier to read. Okay, so every page should have a heading, and there's not really a heading here, a top level heading. So I'm going to create my own. And I'm going to actually make my top level heading the same thing I made my title. What do employers really want? Question mark. And close my H1. Okay. Apologies ahead of time, the student. Okay, so this is a paragraph. Apologies ahead of time. Unmotivated students feel free to skip past it. Looks like that's the end of that paragraph, and we begin a new one. A lot of applicants. Here's my list of reasons why most of those people walked away without a job, in order that I remember them. He just told us it's an ordered list.
Yes.
So we have an ordered list. And inside of that, I'm going to have a list item. Now, if we look at how he structured his sentence, it gave us basically a heading followed by more information, right? So this is a heading. It's not as important as the first heading, so it's a second level heading. I heard a joke recently, they'd probably get it right, but the important part is that how it works. So. Okay, and then down here in this paragraph that started right there, as we go down, he starts asking a bunch of questions. That could be a list of questions. So I'm going to go ahead and end that paragraph and have an unordered list with a list item. What is DPI? And what's its relationship to pixels? What is the difference between RGB, CMYK, and lab color spaces? Why are they even called colored spaces? Color spaces. What's the difference between color models? Blah blah blah. And that list item there. Another list item. You see what I'm doing?
Yes.
I'm just going down because I've already read the information. I'm just simply organizing the information. And you may find that it's easier to go ahead and add an enter. You can add as many enters and spaces as you want. It won't change how the code is displayed. Missed one there. What I should have been doing is copying and pasting this right here.
Yeah.
Close LI.
I was just thinking that.
Would have been a whole lot easier to copy and paste. You do a lot of copying and pasting,
Yeah.
except at this point I'm going to close that unordered list and have a new paragraph start here. Not needing. Okay, and that's the end of that paragraph. It's also the end of that big long list item, right? Because this has all been inside of a list item that started way back here.
Yes.
And so now we're on to the next one.
Excuse me.
Lack of motivation. And again, we can do the same thing. Close that list item. Close that list item.
Greg,
Yes, sir.
that he doesn't have a base for this, so I'm gonna have to get,
Okay, so list item, start the new H2 there. Close that H2. Start a paragraph. And I think I didn't do that up here. After I closed the H2, I sure did not. Started a paragraph. So I need to end that paragraph before I end that list item. Anyway, kind of see how we're going?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Got to read content.
Yeah.
You know, the most important thing on the web, quite honestly, is content. Doesn't matter how pretty it is, if it doesn't have useful content, people will not come back to it.
Yes.
Okay? And I believe, anyway, I'm not going to finish all that. You get where I'm going with it.
Yes.
File, save, employers underscore needs dot HTML on the desktop. File, open file, employer needs, open.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Nice and formatted. There's some visual hierarchy going on in the page, right?
Mhm.
Because we effectively used our headings. We have lists, numbered lists, ordered lists. We have an embedded unordered list. And then we have just a bunch of gobbledygook because I did not finish coding the rest of it.
Yeah.
But you get the picture of what you're doing. If you write all your content first, when you're doing a static website. Obviously, something that's continually updated, you won't. But when you build a static website, write your content first, then figure out what each item is. Then we can worry about how it displays. Okay? So let's go ahead and stop this one.